Well, and here we've got a rhododendron that's just not doing very well at all, but at least it's blooming this year. You see I've got a couple of hanging pots up. I like to bring the plants out in the summertime, so there's an airplane plant, and then there's that bright variegated wandering type of plant. I don't know what it is. And here we are out in the yard. Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's the old woman right there. Wave, old woman. All right. Okay, just off the other side of the deck here, we've got more hostas. Oh, okay. And another urn. This is kind of the only sunny type urn, with the oranges and reds. Not my favorite colors. I'm more of a purple and green person. Oh, and here's a nice container. It's got a hosta, a coleus, and an variegated double impatiens. Here we are against the house. It's hard to grow very much against the house, but a couple more hostas, and you can see some caladiums just popping out, and some of my smaller, the hostas that don't get very large, just by design, they tend to be closer to the house here. Okay, and then here's our back patio. Let's see if we can get a better view. Keep waving, Ma. You're on candid camera. The sliding doors that come out on the brick patio. That's a clematis growing across the doors. And some more containers with some tropicals that I keep in during the winter inside, and some elephant ears, and some more impatiens, some plectranthus, and a couple, I guess there's one hosta in there also. And here are 2 pots of foxtail ferns that I'm trying to get going. I just think they're so beautiful and architectural when they really get going, and this is my first attempt at it. Here's an old metal lawn chair that I found somewhere out in the neighborhood. Somebody was throwing it away, and I salvaged it. It was painted pale pink, and I decided that it should be pale green. And so in the brick patio here is a bed that's probably 5 feet by 5 feet. There had been a huge oak tree here. We had to have that taken down a couple years ago. It kept getting sicker and sicker, and more branches were dead. Fortunately, we got it taken out in time. So this 3-tiered planter is taking its place. The 2 top pots you can turn around, to get sun. What little sun gets back here. Pretty much in here, begonias, coleus. Actually got some petunia, pansies that are still doing some stuff. There's a big metal bug down there that came from that place that's in J West feed store. Maybe a geranium just getting going on top there. And some other things whose name I don't recall. Petunias. Aren't petunias wonderful? Look at that. And then kind of to mark the corner, I've got a very heavy concrete planter with impatiens and something else that kind of vines around. It's not a vine, but it cascades. Okay, so there's the deck and the walkway, and there's the back. There's the property line we share once again with Karen. See in there I've got a couple mulch bags that haven't been distributed yet. And the Annabelle hydrangeas are doing nicely. Hanging on the fence over there, in the fence post, you can see looks like a green plastic bag with plants growing in it. That's kind of what it is, but it's intentional. Bunches of hostas here. Bunches of hostas. Sun power right right there. Don't know what this one is. It was here when we moved here. It's getting bigger and bigger. My astilbe is better this year than it's ever been. Matteo, what are you doing? Ferns. Can't really see just how big and luxurious the ferns are, but they're getting really nice and big. An azalea interspersed in there. Some more hostas. And you see down there, there's a pink dish. That is some fused glass. I got an infused glass last summer and made some fancy containers so that I can try to attract toads. I put water in there and hoping to attract some toads to the garden. This is one of my favorite hostas right here. It's called Brother Stefan. It's vase shaped, very crinkly, nice variegation on the green, and it's blooming right now. A few more hostas. You'll also notice behind the hostas are some globe arbovita, and then behind them my tree peonies. And there's Japanese maple, and to its right another tree peony, and then a pot that has a few things in it. Needs to be tidied up a bit, but lilies will be blooming in there soon. Okay, so we've come around the side of the house. This is where the clematis is, and then down this walkway here. Once again, there's some debris I need to pick up, but next to the house is a bed with impatiens, and that's Persian shield. I'm trying to run this clematis over along this contraption right here. This is the key to watering hostas, is to have an automatic watering system. So depending on what bed I want to water, I come back here and turn a knob and voila. Okay, here's just to orient. Here's our barn, as I call it, our little lawn shed. There's another patio down there with some really comfortable plastic Adirondack chairs. And you can see our property line, and once again the other neighbor's house. But, oh, and here's a pretty good view of some of those wonderful ferns. We don't think that they have an official name. The lady that I got them from, who was a nursery woman, she called them king ferns. Lots of hostas, lots of hostas. You notice the raised beds here, the retaining wall. That's a huge project that Peter and I did. Finished them, I guess, maybe 2 years ago. And then I put deck stain on them. Looks very nice.